everybody, this is Margonic, and today we are going to be playing Scavenger. I'm trying this one in replacement for Sky since Sky was so laggy and I couldn't resolve that issue. Scavenger is another post-apocalyptic survival game. It's different than the other survival games in the viewing aspect, and also how you move around and everything. And it's also quite possibly one of the hardest games I've ever played. So, first thing you see is you have to choose your stats, your skills and everything, and the traits. And traits will always give you a downside, but they give you an extra space so you can gain a new skill. And when I usually play it, I always choose myopia. You see one less hex than normal, but you can easily get a scope or binoculars or something and counteract that. And because I have myopia, then you will not be able to select Eagle Eye. So a lot of these traits have a opposite skill. So if you get this trait, then the opposite skill is obviously it's darked out and you can't. So for the skills I usually choose, I get medic, botany, which will allow me to tell which plants are poisonous and which are not. I also like to get electrician and mechanic. These will be evident later. The fifth spot, I don't really have anything that I typically get. I go back and forth between various skills. I think for this one I'm going to try tracking. And as you can see, it is far different. It's kind of more like more old school PC games. Hey, you wake up disoriented, slumped over the base of an empty cryo sleep pod, still damp from cryo fluid. The thick dust from the floor clings to your skin, leaving a clean spot on the ground where a large 05 is painted. Across the room there is an open door to the hallway, and a broken window leading outside. Just as you gather your wits, an unearthly scream erupts from down the hall. Beyond the doorway, something is coming, fast. Hey, and right now it gives you all these different options where you can choose. Just choose electrician, rig the door to stay shut, which mechanic will do the same thing. Botany, use knowledge of plants. Medic, you emergency dump another stasis tank, and then you could just jump out the window. So I'm going to use electrician. Using a common maintenance override code, you switch the door controls into maintenance mode, forcing the door closed and locked. The creature howls madly, slams into the door, and rams it a few times, before its muffled sounds recede again. Okay, I'm going to search the console for records. You check the console for patient info and come across 3 records. Tank number 1 is Anton Blubber, committed 11/11/2012. Emergency contact Angela Blubber, 45 Campbell Street, Detroit, Michigan, 48. Yeah. Billing info. Tank number 5 is Philip Kindred. And there's no data whatsoever for him, which we came out of tank 5. And in tank 6 is Lloyd Blankcheck, which is probably a very wealthy person. And that was searching for clues. The dust on the ground makes it easy for your trained eye to pick out one set of tracks in particular. The tracks belong to a humanoid dragging something, probably a mantle or cloak. It was here fairly recently, probably in the past 24 hours, maybe multiple times. It entered through the doorway, walked to your stasis tank, then to the controlled console, and then left again. So, which means somebody is coming by to check up on the people. I don't know if they're checking up on everybody, if they're checking up on this one person in particular. So, climb out the window. Decide to go outside and see if you can figure out where you are. Avoiding the broken glass, you step onto the seal and outside, rustling some plants that have grown wild in the area. It's cool outside and damp, probably morning. You're in the parking lot of Geiger's Cryo Facility, but everything looks disused and in disrepair. Plants have pushed their way through the pavement and over the facility. Worst of all, nothing looks familiar. You don't remember this place or even who you are. Your frustration mounts, but you catch it and put it in check. Might as well take a look around. And here is how the world map looks. And anywhere you see the magnifying glass means that you can search there. You can scavenge. And we will go ahead and do that here. And we'll scavenge the Cryo Facility. And we will scavenge using medical knowledge, which allows us to find a first aid kit. Now we're also going to use the window to go back inside, and we're able to explore further down the hall. Back in the cryo chamber, you still feel echoes of the panic that gripped you when you awoke here. It leaves you unsettled feeling. It's not good grammar. It should be it leaves you with an unsettled. That's still not right. Leaves you feeling unsettled. That's probably what they meant. However, that time has passed. Maybe it's time to look around again. So we're going to explore down the hall. Then outside the cryo chamber, there's a debris-filled corridor that looks unused. You climb over piles of refuse and rubble and come across a blocked doorway. Plaque on the wall reads Exam Room 17. Forcing the barricade aside, you peer into what looks like a clinic exam room. While there appears to be little worth looting, this room looks like it can make a great hold-up site. Hold-up site, not hole-up. Exam Room 17 has been added to this hex's campsites. Now we're going to examine an electrical panel. This is why I chose the mechanic and electrician skills. This looks like the lighting is still in good shape, but the wiring's blown. If you could tap the adjoining power conduit, that might get them running again. You need some bits of wiring, small parts, and a tool to do it though. And you're going to examine the heating system. This thing's still operational. The air is cool now, but it looks like you could reroute some of the airflow across some power conduits to warm it up a bit. You'd need something to divert the air, like a tarp, plus some small parts to fasten it and something to crimp the fasteners. Yep, that looks doable. Now we're going to return to the cryo chamber and then go back out. Now we'll come down here to the camp screen and switch it to use exam room 17. And we're going to put these into the campsite so that way we don't lose them. I would take them with me, but as you can see, I can only hold 2 things right now. So let's set out to explore a bit. Okay, and the world is randomly generated. You get a different world map every time. What we need right now, more than anything, is a town, a city, or just somewhere where we can find items. And as you can see, when you move, you leave tracks, and other creatures and other people can follow you based on that and attack. And as you can also see, you have moves, how many times you can move per turn. And right now it's sitting at 0. And you also have your hunger, thirst, you're tired, whether you're unburdened or burdened or whatever. This right here is your comfort. It's the outside temperature. The comfort basically means your temperature, your body temperature. And of course, it's whether you're hurt or not. And this is your medical screen. It'll show you if you're injured. And it's a vehicle screen, which I don't have a vehicle right now, obviously. So since, and also right here is let's show you the current temperatures and conditions and time of day. So and this is why I say that it's a very hard game. It's a guy with a gun already. So I'm probably going to die very soon. Let's see. You can see here's a handful of poison berries. If I didn't get the botany skill, it would just say a handful of berries. And you don't know if they're poison or not. It's not letting me search that shack. The guy's leaving us alone for now. That's very good. Here we go. As you approach the town, there's no sign of activity. Buildings stand in ruin. Vehicles are overturned and blackened with fire. Explosion marks radiate outward from walls and pavement. In the distance, strange-looking creatures circle in the sky, like monstrous leathery vultures. The world has drastically changed from what you knew. Some sort of cataclysm has befallen Earth, returning mankind to the Dark Ages, and along with it your hopes of finding a warm meal and some answers. You decide to look around and scavenge what you can from the ruins. Let's see. There's a tarp. We'll definitely be taking that. Okay. We found some clothes. Very good. And even though it's the left shoe, we'll put it on the right for now, so that way, I say put it on. So that way we're not barefooted anymore. And you see, each thing has a condition. Once that condition hits 0%, the item falls completely apart. So you always want to take the things with the highest condition. This was a very good find this early. And you can use this bag in your backpack slot to increase the amount you can carry. He's putting on two shirts, but I don't know if he really needs that. I take those just basically so if I want to start a fire or something, I can. Oh, great. Okay, let's try to get out of here. Good. So we don't have a weapon right now, and I really do not want to fight. It's starting to sweat. Too hot. I'll deal with that once we get back to the camp. There we go. And I usually don't put those in the camp because it's essentially trash items. I don't care if they go away or not. These little scraps of paper are your crafting recipes. You have to actually have them before you can craft anything. They essentially give you the knowledge you need. As you can tell, it's evening, so it's probably best we don't go out anymore. Actually, I want to get these over here and put those in his pocket, because then you can come down here. Oh, that's not it. It's a crafting screen. There's the known recipes. Of course, I don't have even close to enough. And you should see that there's weather and everything in this too. You see, the guy's trying to follow me. He wants to attack. And he does see me even though I'm hiding. We're just going to wait here. As night falls, you notice there's a bright glow coming from the east, easily visible through the treetops. It's no guarantee, but it could be a sign of civilization. Maybe even a lead on where you are or who. If nothing else, it's as good a landmark to strike towards as any. So you come over here to the mini-map, and here's where we are, and the glow is all the way down here. That would be quite a trek. It takes several days to get there. As you can tell, when it is night, there is practically nothing you can see. Your movement drops to just one. So there's nothing else to do but to sleep. I woke up. Starting to get cold. We need a sleeping bag. Apparently we're not going to get it. Alright. I'll put this tunic on. Okay, we're thirsty, so we need to go find some water. Come down here. There's some marsh. And poison berries. Which is probably not the best thing to do, but can get water from it. At least drink. This could be an issue because not all water is good, and you can get crap. You can yeah, we're probably about to die. I lost my shopping bag fell apart. Okay, there's some more pieces of paper. Yeah, this is probably going to be a stupid thing to do, considering that guy's over there, but let's see what we can get. Oh, we got a weapon. It's not very... The quality is really bad, but... And we got a torch. Super Soldier Program revealed. Pretty sure that's a reference to Captain America. Huh. Usually don't have them leaving me alone this much. It's weird. I'm not complaining, it's just weird. I scavenge the woods, trying to use the botany skill, try to get something to eat. Nothing. Okay, the guy left. Didn't go very far, but he left. Left a rifle shoulder strap. Not that I can hold it. Locked storage shed. Can't get into that. So we're going to abandon this place. Let's see. There's another tarp. I think I'll just keep what I have. Sleeping pills. I think I'll take those. There's another river we can use to get some water from. What we really need is some food. First come up here, drop off some stuff. come down to this forest, try to get some food from down here. Fell down a ravine. Well, let you see the way the health thing goes, the medical screen, when you're injured. Take care of that when I get back. There we go. I see. These are edible berries, so if you don't want to use the botany skill, these blueberries are always edible. It's everything else that you have to be careful with. See, like here, that's poisonous death cap, and these are edible, but as you can tell, they look exactly the same. So you can't just look at them and tell what's what. And as you can see, that doesn't doesn't restore very much hunger. Come back here. Now come here, you can actually administer the bandages and everything. That doesn't even have anything in it. Use some painkillers. Okay. Very little has happened in this Let's Play. See, this is another thing. You have to pay attention to the state that the buildings are in. This one's crumbling, which means it has a very good chance of falling all apart while you're in it and burying you. Never want to search those types of buildings. What? Just storage shit. Yeah, all I found was a tarp. Don't have room for that. No useful items. Painkillers are wearing off, which means we get to feel all that lovely pain. Oh, now that's a good find. Might have to make some decisions here. So I want that crowbar. The crowbar's good. The crowbar allows you to increase your chances of getting loot. Got some night vision goggles. You put them on, I mean, there's no reason to. They don't have power, And you always need a lighter, that'll help. We're unable to see very well in these conditions, even though we're wearing night vision goggles. Okay, I'm actually very surprised that nothing has really happened so far in this playthrough. We'll get some sleep. And these open fields are Scavenger's worst options, as anything of value here was likely already spotted and taken. Plus, it's hardly anywhere to hide. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. It's a very low chance of getting anything here. Let's see. Just eat up some. This guy's gotta be seriously ready to poop. Eating all those berries. Crumbling storage shed. See, like these, it's fine. It's just abandoned. But these, it's crumbling. You don't want to enter them. Alright. Now we're getting some good stuff. That, we need these parts. Take that bottle. And we'll take one of these, this shopping cart. It'll give us some extra space. I don't want to hold that. It'll give us a lot of extra storage space. Problem is, we're unable to run if anything comes after us. Which I'm really surprised that guy didn't do. Take off that left shoe and put on an actual right one. We'll definitely take that sleeping bag. Take this shirt. We'll still take that shoe. Oh, got a hunting rifle with a strap and bullets. That's very nice. And an extra clip. That's a very nice find. I think we'll search up this last place, see what we can find, and then call it an episode. Because it's running on a little long. The multi-tool, there's the very last thing I needed to heath the cryo unit. Finding a lot of good stuff. I don't think we can take that. What I can do is alright. Still can't that, but we can put that right there, put this here, and then put that in here. And as you can see, we're now using magnifying optics, so our view is much better. Once again, I'm very surprised I did not get attacked. Alright, now we'll go into the crafting screen, the cryo lighting, light the place up, and then we'll heat the place. And crafting's just that simple. So now we have artificial light and we're warmed by a heater. And with that, I will leave this episode here. Sorry it wasn't more eventful. I mean, we did find a lot of good stuff, but ultimately not much happened in it. So I was just trying out this series. So, let me know if anybody wants to see any more of it, and I will continue. Until then, guys, this has been Margonic playing Neo Scavenger, and I will see you guys later.